Hollow Creek, a forgotten little town tucked deep in the northeastern woods of the United States, was the kind of place where sunlight always felt a little weaker and the wind always carried a whisper. To outsiders, it looked peaceful, but the locals knew better. After sunset, no one walked near the river. Not anymore. Evan Miller, a 27-year-old documentary filmmaker, arrived in Hollow Creek one cold October afternoon. His goal was simple: film a YouTube docu-series about the town's mysterious disappearances. For the past 30 years, people had vanished near the river, tourists, hikers, even a sheriff deputy. No bodies were found. No clues either. Evan thought it was the perfect story to expose. He didn't believe in ghosts. He believed in evidence. He checked into the town's lonely old motel, Creekside Inn. The sign flickered like a dying firefly. Behind the counter stood Mrs. Harris, an elderly woman with long gray hair braided tightly down her back. Her eyes followed Evan with quiet suspicion. "You're the one doing the filming?" she asked. "Yes, ma'am. Hoping to interview some locals." Mrs. Harris slid a brass room key toward him, but didn't let go immediately. "If you want my advice," she murmured, leaning closer, "stay away from the river after 9. And whatever you do, if you see something, don't look at it directly." Evan let out an easy laugh. "I don't believe in ghost stories, Mrs. Harris." She didn't laugh back. "You don't have to believe. It believes in you." That night, Evan began filming around town. Most residents refused interviews. Doors shut the moment he mentioned the river. Faces paled. A teenager only whispered 2 words before running away: "The shadow." Near dusk, Evan set up his camera by the water. The river looked normal enough. Quiet, cold, reflecting the rising moon. Frogs croaked. Crickets hummed. Nothing supernatural. At 8:57 p.m., a low, humming wind rolled across the water. The trees trembled. His camera flickered. 9 p.m. Everything went silent. No wind. No insects. Not even the river moved. Evan frowned. "Technical glitch?" he muttered, checking his camera. Then he heard it. A soft slosh, like someone stepping into shallow water. He lifted his head. Across the river, a tall, thin figure stood with its back to him, completely still, completely silent. Its limbs looked too long, its head slightly tilted as if listening. "Hello," Evan called out. The figure didn't move. Through the cold fog rising from the river, its shadow stretched unnaturally across the surface, longer than its body should allow, bending at impossible angles. Evan remembered Mrs. Harris's warning and forced himself to look away. "Don't look at it directly," she had said. But curiosity clawed at him. He looked back. The figure was gone. A chill crept down his spine. "Okay, that's enough for tonight." Evan packed quickly and hurried back toward town. But halfway up the trail, he froze. Footsteps. Soft, slow, right behind him. He turned sharply. Nothing, just darkness. Yet he felt watched, not by eyes, but by something deeper, colder. When he reached the motel, Mrs. Harris was waiting at the door, wringing her hands. "You looked at it, didn't you?" she whispered. Evan tried to brush her off. "Probably just some local messing with me." "No," she said, voice trembling. "That thing hasn't been human for a long, long time." Inside his room, Evan reviewed the footage on his laptop. For the first 20 minutes, everything looked normal. Then the river went still. The camera glitched. And then his heart slammed against his ribs. The figure, but on the recording, it wasn't standing still. It was moving toward the camera in a series of unnatural jerks, as if teleporting closer frame by frame. And its face, if you could call it that, was nothing but darkness, swirling like ink in water. Suddenly the screen froze, then static, then a whisper. "Evan!" He jumped back. The laptop snapped shut. Someone knocked on the door. 3 slow knocks. He approached cautiously. "Mrs. Harris?" No answer. He peeked through the peephole. and stumbled backward, choking on a scream. The hallway was empty, but the shadow under the door wasn't his. It stretched inward long and thin, sliding across the carpet like black smoke. Evan grabbed his camera bag and bolted out through the back stairway. He ran through the empty town, across the old bridge, toward the sheriff's office. Inside, Sheriff Tom Briggs looked exhausted. Haunted even. "You saw it, didn't you?" the sheriff asked before Evan could speak. Evan hesitated. "Whatever it was, it's following me." Sheriff Briggs sighed. "It follows anyone who gives it attention. You look at it, you invite it, you record it, you trap a piece of it, and it comes to take it back." Evan swallowed hard. "Can I get rid of it?" The sheriff handed him an old, leather-bound journal. "Read page 27. Evan flipped to the page. "The shadow of